Hey everybody, we're going to factor these four trinomials. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Okay, the first one, what we're wanting to do is to factor it like this. So we know the first two terms are x and x. Then what we're looking for, and we can do this ninja x thing, we want our two numbers multiplied that give us a 2. So I put a little dot here for multiply. But when we combine them, we get -3. So the two numbers would be -1 and -2. Because -1 times -2 gives you 2, but -1 plus a -2 gives you -3. So that would be -1, -2. And we just expanded our trinomial. Okay, the next one is this one. I'm going to do the same thing. The last term we put up here, or you could actually flip it. Two numbers multiplied that give you 9, but when you combine them, and I'll just say add them, you get -10. So we want something like this with the n in. And I know when I multiply two numbers, one's going to have to be positive, and one's going to have to be negative. So in that case, I'm going to use 9 and 1. Actually, that doesn't work, so I'm going to make this a positive. So this should be positive. So this is going to be both negatives here. So it's going to be 9 and 1. So when you multiply -9, why did I put the negatives there? So we're going to do -9 and -1. And you multiply those two, you get a +9, but when you combine them, you get -10. So that's -9 minus 1. All right? So I need to change that. That's going to be a positive. Now, next one is this. So the first thing we want to do is factor out a. So I'm going to do the greatest common factor, and I know a divides all of this. And so I'm going to set it to make it a trinomial that looks like this. A squared minus 9a plus 14. All right, so basically I want to factor like this. And when I do, I want a 14 positive here and a -9 here. So that's going to be -7, -2. Because -7 times -2 is 14, but when you add them up, you get -9. So it's just going to be a minus 7 and a minus 2. And the final one is here. And again, it's the same principle. In this case, I can divide everything by 4x. I'm not going to divide. I'm going to just pull out the divisor. You don't want to lose your divisor. So when you're factoring, you get x squared minus 3x minus 4. Now, I'm going to take this piece and factor that further. So I do my little ninja x. I need a -4 when you multiply, but when you combine them, you get -3. And that's going to be -4 and a +1. So it's going to be x minus 4 and x plus 1. And that satisfies this. So there's your final equation. You could also write it, you could flip this, x plus 1 and x minus 4. Really doesn't matter the order you put this in. All right, that's it. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye-bye.